Today I'm presenting the top-of-the-line PSR model, the Yamaha PSR-SX900. First, one-word response, wow. Stick around. Hi, Ted Barcelou for Alamo Piano Galleries and Alamo Music Center. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. And if you'd like, please go to alamopianogalleries.com where you can shop for many of the instruments that are featured here in all of the videos. And also, you can have a look at this PSR model and see how many we have in stock, because you're going to want one. This demo is a little bit different, and I want to start off saying that this is a keyboard. If I were Yamaha, I would try to buy that name Fun Machine from Baldwin and use it to advertise, because this thing is a lot of fun. I had problems focusing my attention after checking it out this morning. The first response is I got lost in it for about 40 minutes, and I didn't even think about how I was going to present a video on it. And then we decided this keyboard is worthy of a number of videos. It could be an endless amount of them. So we're going to start with a basic overview. And with that, before you get to the table of contents, there's instructions in here for how you can use this instrument. Use the PSR alone, or you can use the PSR with a computer, and you can use the PSR with other devices. And the first simple thing is the home screen. The home screen defines how this keyboard works. It has a style function, a voice function, and a song function. So it's all about song, style, and voices. And the display screen, the home display screen, shows you where you're at with all of the functions on the keyboard, including stacking the sounds, because you can put more than one sound on top of it. And also it shows you the capabilities of connectivity. So you have MIDI in and out, and then you also have some microphone input, and then you have an auxiliary mini jack stereo input for bringing other devices or another mixer or anything into use on this keyboard. And then it also has Bluetooth audio, so you can actually use this as a little sound system. It is a portable keyboard, and it does have professional type connections, as you'll see in the B-roll. The other thing I wanted to mention is that it has a couple of new things in it. They've changed the key bed in the touch. It's advertised as like an organ or a synth organ type of action on it. It's not a weighted action, and the keys are pretty light to push down. I kind of depress. I make a lot of mistakes. You depress an extra key because this finger gets in the way. Also, what's new on here is a joystick. The joystick is a lot of fun because it gives you the capability to speed up and slow down on a Leslie, and speed up, actually increase and decrease some of the volumes on things. You can also pitch bend. It's really great. It gives you a lot of expression on using a solo instrument. I do it some. I'm not a great keyboard player. Using a joystick or a ribbon control. I used to use a ribbon control. I'm dating myself on that. But you can get some great synthesizer sounds. It has all kind of expression built into it, as well as it has a reverb knob where you can increase the reverb on the fly, and also you can do filter sweep. So there's a filter and a reverb knob right up on the front. Another thing that's brand new to this is not just a color screen, but this is a full color LED screen, but it's also a touch screen. And the way Yamaha has always traditionally laid out their PSRs, there's always a button off to the side of the screen. And I found myself looking for those buttons, and I pressed some of these by accident, just out of habit. These are different functional buttons. These take you straight to altering some of the settings and some of the other capabilities you can do on it. It also has a chord looper built into it. I didn't get around to doing that. We're going to have separate videos on this. We're going to do a separate video on just how to use the vocal harmonizer. That's one of the other things that is great about this. The vocal harmonizer has always traditionally been available only on the 900 unit and on Clavinovas. It's a great thing if you've never used it, or if you've never heard anyone use it. It's like having 3 to 4 or a whole choir of voices behind you. The downside to it is it doesn't work on its own. It has to have input from your voice into the microphone to drive the sound card to put the harmonies out there. So if you're a shy singer, it's not going to work too good. You have to kind of maybe lock yourself in a closet, put on some headphones, and see how great you sound with 2, 3, or just one background voice, and let alone a whole choir. That video will be coming up in the future. And the other thing I want to mention, it has onboard 4 gig memory. And along with that, you can also store anything you want on a flash drive. So it has full connectivity all the way around. It also uses the advanced waveform memory from Yamaha as the sound sample, and it has 128 note polyphony. You would think it would have 256 because of the size of the machine and all that, but really it's only got a 61 note keyboard, and it also has a 16-track recording studio. So anything that would require excessive amount of piano work or keyboard work, you can just make another track and layer it on top of it and mix it down. The 900 has 1,337 voices, plus the additional 482 or 486 extended XG voices, and that are standard Yamaha voices from way back when. It has 56 drum kits in different kind of styles, as well as special effect kits, and you can store your user kits on it as well. And this demo that I do is a little bit different. I tried to get every one of those sounds to come through, and so I don't actually play a song for each sound. Sometimes I'm just playing a chord and shifting through the sounds, and it's just top down. So if you want to know what sound I'm using, it's all going to be right almost in order from top to bottom, going through each page. I did skip the accordion sounds. That was just a personal preference. If there's any accordion players out there that are discouraged from that, along with the banjo players, because I didn't put those sounds in, you can leave your comments down there and I'll correct it the next time. I'll give a nice accordion demo on the sounds on here. The sounds are rich, they're full, they're a lot of fun. If you've ever sat down at any keyboard that you've never played at before and discovered a whole new world of sounds, they're phenomenal in headphones. I had to listen to it through these speakers, which is a great onboard sound system. It's got 2 separate amps, and it's split like 2 15 watts and 2 10 watts for each side. And then I think it's also has like a bass woofer and then like a mid-tweeter on top of it. And with that, we're going to go to the demo, and also included in the demos when we're done with the voice sounds is I give a really brief, and I mean brief, demo of the style section. And the style section is over here, and that's pretty much what your drummer and your bass player are doing. You can reduce those parts to that as well. So let's have a listen at some of the sounds here. Simply playing this keyboard on any one of the sounds that you pick just opens up your mind to like creativity, and you get lost in imagining what you can do with it. And then you change to another sound or a different setting or a different pad type, and it just opens up your mind and your world to what you can do with a 16-track onboard built-in MIDI recorder. And it's a phenomenal machine. And it's priced, I think it's priced perfectly. There is a little brother, little sister machine, the PSR-SX900 is almost identical to this. I think in frame and stature, they're probably close to the same size, if not the same thing. And there is just a little bit different in the amount of sounds and the amount of styles that are on the 700. The 900, I have heard friends of mine, and I actually recorded a country song for a guy that he kind of wrote a song and said, could you play all the instruments? And of course he was going to sing on top of it. So I basically made a karaoke track. You can make a karaoke track on almost any song that you know, playing all the parts one at a time on this thing in less than an hour. It'd be even less than that, half hour. If you use the style section, it'll do all the thinking for you. It has a break button for the style, so if you go from A, B, C, or D, as the drummer gets busier, you can put a little roll in there and it'll go back, and then you can end it or intro it. You can get very, very creative, and hopefully that's what we're going to do in future videos. If you haven't played one of these, seek one out. A PSR-900 is the top of the line of the PSR series, and it has professional quality studio sounds, professional quality studio connections to it, especially the harmonizer. If you haven't ever had a machine sing harmony for you, it really is a lot of fun because it doesn't sound like a machine. It sounds like people sing in harmony that are right in tune. And so that part of it is really, really nice. They're a lot of fun to play. You'll get a lot of ideas. The problem you're going to have is probably the problem I had, which is how can I limit what I'm experiencing right now to just maybe put a groove together? And that's what we're going to see you in the next video, is we're going to break down how to put a song together on the fly, how to just make a sound recording, and then how to do multi-track recording. So there may be a number of videos in there, but I think the first one that's going to come up is a vocal harmonizer demonstration. I haven't figured out how to do that, because in order to show that really effectively, it's nice if you do something that people already know, and I don't want to do anything that's already copywritten, even if it is a different arrangement. So I'm going to come up with some vocal things to put on there. Again, this is Ted Barsalou with Alamo Piano Galleries and Alamo Music Center. And if you have any questions or comments, please, if you own one of these and you've done some things with it, put a track, put a comment in there. If you have any questions or comments about this keyboard, let us know, and we'll be looking for you in the future. Until then, thank you so much for watching and listening, and we look forward to bringing you some really, really detailed things on this PSR-SX900. Thanks for watching.